Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. How is everyone doing today? We have had a crazy weekend here in the Kedrick household, so I apologize for running a bit late today. We are out of breath, running into the house, getting onto the computer, and getting the live stream started in just a couple of minutes here, so apologies for the delays. How's it going? Let's see. Oh, we've got a random chair here. There we go. Get the background cleaned up a little bit. We have been busy. It's hot here in southern Michigan, so we've been outside sweating like crazy. But I'm excited to jump back into things today. We've got some farming to do here on Autumn Oaks. It's been just a little bit since we've done an episode here, so I'm excited to be able to jump on here and catch up from last week. Let's see if I can get our game all situated here. If I switch scenes over to gameplay, and we're gonna need to turn on the webcam and some overlays. There we go. So we've got a few people in chat here. Good to see you guys. Pleasant View Farms. Yeah, I am running late today, but that's okay. We're gonna get back into it here. Unfortunately, my steering wheel setup has had a structural failure, and so the steering wheel works fine, but I can't bring it out in front of me here. So, and my Xbox One controller died as well, so I'm having a run of bad luck here today, but that's okay. We'll get it all fixed up here before next live stream. Godly Devil, good to see you in the chat. Nagi, good to see you, sir. Wes Henry, always good to see you, sir. We've got Living on a Player in here as well from the staff team, so good times. And welcome to everybody else here. We've got quite a few people here in the chat. And so a little bit different time slot for us. Sunday afternoon. We're usually live on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. And so we're going to be jumping back in here. Autumn Oaks has kind of turned into our live stream series here. And so we're hoping that some of our crops are going to start getting ready to harvest here. If I bring up the menu here, it looks like our triticale is at a point where we can mow that with the green mowing mod. And our horrible alfalfa field here is probably ready to harvest as well. So we're going to jump in the truck here and run out here and take a look at it. Now, what is this other crop? Is that our rye that's looking already kind of dried out here? Our corn all popped up here since last episode. We've advanced one season cycle here. And yeah, I think this is our rye maybe? Well, let's hop in here. Yeah, that's our rye. So that's still in a growth state there. But it's starting to look like we're getting to the final stages. And we're going to jump over here and take a look at a few of our other crop types. So this is a good example of the growth in progress. So on the left here, I've got the silage corn with the new texture that Diniz Farms added for this map. And then on the right here, we have our standard corn, which we're going to use for different parts of the feed. So I'm really liking that there's a little bit different style texture there to help you tell them apart. And we've got the alfalfa here with the wonky issues we have with this field. So we're going to go ahead and harvest that today, it looks like. And then it looks like this triticale is ready here if we take a look at that as well. I think we can probably mow this. It's in the final growth state. So with the green mowing mod or whatever that's called, I think that we're going to be able to get all this put into the staves over there and get our haylage going. So that's the plan today. So without further ado, let's go grab some tractors and our mower and get out here and start working on that. Perma's modding, welcome to the stream. That heat's taken a lot out of people for sure today. I don't know if you've been outside, but we were outside for a bit this morning and running around. And I won't lie, Part of me wanted to just curl up and take a nap on the couch tonight, so, or this afternoon, instead of jumping on the live stream, but we're gonna find the energy and power through here. So let's get some tractors, and first let's start mowing. We got to get this stuff mowed, and then we can jump in and get our silage setup moving. Heather, the cows are taking the heat pretty bad, yeah. So we're gonna hit the mowing first. It shouldn't take too long because it's just the 2 strips. Wow, that thing is got some turn to it. Luckily we didn't run into that tree here. Catch up on chat here once we get a job going, and it's a little bit easier to pay attention. Pleasant View Farms, you love the truck, nice. We've got a bunch of people joining here. Welcome to the stream. Good to see everybody on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you're all having a great weekend so far. Now, before we jump into cutting the alfalfa, which should work normally, I really want to get over here and attempt to see if this green mowing mod is going to function the way that I think it should. So when I cut this triticale, the way the mod is supposed to work is it's supposed to turn this into, I want to say, grass, and then we're gonna scoop this up with the forage harvester and make haylage out of this. Unfold my mower. There's nothing to unfold. All right, let's try that. Here we go. And so all of the miscellaneous types, it should just give me a higher volume grass product here, which it looks like that's what it's doing. And we're gonna shove this into one of our staves and make haylage out of it. We've got 3 of these global company, 1 harvestor and 2 staves here that we can put product in, and they all do the exact same thing, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I think in real life, you know, obviously you use different components here when you're making the feed for the animals because they have different, you know, nutrients and stuff in it, but this is going to work out pretty good. So I'm going to get GPS going here so that I can focus a little bit, and we'll catch up on chat here. I do apologize. We're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here, trying to get the farming moving. There we go. Now we've got some GPS. So we're going to declare to a degree chat bankruptcy here and catch up from this point forward. Xavier, you were bailing, but you got caught in a hailstorm. Wow, that's trying to beat the storm, I suspect, with the bailing. Hail is never a good thing to get caught out in. I've seen some pretty crazy hailstorms in my time. We had softball-sized hail one time, lost a windshield. Always pays to be careful with the hail. Jason Smith, good to see you, man. Rowinator, I'm cutting it too late? Absolutely not. This is the final growth state for the triticale. If I was to wait for the harvest state, that would be cutting it too late. But in this case, that's just what the texture looks like in the final growth state. If I were to go another growth state, I would just probably have to harvest it, and then I would get straw and the crop out of it, right? But my understanding of the green mowing mod is you're always supposed to cut it in the final growth state. It just looks like it's ready to be harvested. So let's see here. Jag, what do I play on? This is PC. I do have an Xbox and a PS4, but honestly, I haven't used either in probably a year. My younger kid uses it a little bit, but I haven't played Farming Simulator on either one of them, and so we're going to be setting that up here. I wanted to do that this weekend. That was the plan for today, was actually to get multiplayer set up for Xbox and do like a multiplayer stream with the console community, but it didn't happen. My weekend has been super busy, and next weekend is going to be even busier. We're actually going to be gone, so we'll have to be sorting that out. But we will be getting our Tuesday and Thursday live streams in moving forward again. We had to reschedule last time for some personal reasons, but we'll be getting back on our normal schedule here. And every once in a while, we'll have to see how it goes. If I can squeeze in some more weekend live streams. I know a lot of people have asked me to bring back the Sunday afternoon live streams, so. Whoop. What's a good mod cutting the brush on Xbox? Any mowing mod you can cut brush with if you use... Oh, no, on the Xbox, I don't know if the mod that lets you mow down things works on Xbox. I think that's a PC-only mod. Rowinator, yeah, I agree. The texture is a little bit off on the triticale. On the final growth state, I wouldn't expect everything to look so brown. Like, this looks like it's ready to harvest, but that's just a texturing issue. It's not a game mechanic. Like, we're mowing it at the right point from a game mechanic perspective. It's just the textures are a little bit ahead of themselves here. Josh, you guys are just starting to combine. Nice. Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit earlier this year than some years. I'm hearing people are getting out into the fields, so I'm actually talking to some people to see if I'm going to be able to go visit some farms here towards the end of September, early October maybe, instead of end of October. So we'll see. I'm working on a bunch of different angles on stuff like that because I'm really anxious to get out and visit some real-life farms. Stranded Canson in chat. You guys must be taking a break after all that rain. Josh Sanders, your X9 broke. That's unfortunate. That's a it's got to be a brand new machine, right? So you really don't want to hear about an X9 breaking down. You'd expect when you get a brand new machine on the farm that it's gonna last for a while. So I think we're gonna take this right back up. I was gonna go kind of around and hit the other outside edge, but I think we'll just follow the same track up and around. We took some headland passes off to give us some room to turn around down there. So we're just gonna keep mowing this, but it looks like we're getting a fair yield here on the triticale, so I'm excited to get this into our silos and see how much we've got. I'm not super excited picking this up. I think we might actually windrow this first. I'm trying to think if the mound is going to be too much for our pickup, but we might actually get the windrower out here, I think. I'm trying to think if that would be an appropriate approach. Robin, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. The 7810s are a good tractor, Evan. I agree. I like it a lot. I got to figure out which tractor we're going to put on the forage harvester here. Maybe the 7810. I got a lot of our equipment is kind of just tossed into sheds right now because I had to redo a bunch of our jobs. One of the reasons that I'm kind of rushing through, or not rushing through, but focusing on this series in Let's Plays is that we're or in live streams, I mean, is we're having some issues with the map. In fact, I'm going to save the game here again real quick. And it's because I'm so many versions back and I need to upgrade. And so to update the map, the easiest time to do that with seasons and everything else is in winter because I have to start a new save. So we're going to try and push through over the next week here and see if we can get to winter and get onto the new version of the map in the next 3 live streams. So that's my plan. But, yeah, permas, I've noticed that on a lot of textures, it seems off, that it's the harvested texture in the final growth state. So, I don't know. There's got to be a way to get around that, because I've seen maps that don't do that, where it's a more appropriate texture. But for whatever reason, certain crop types, it seems like that's just the way things go. Oh man, living's getting ready for moving out of the one house and into another. It's always fun picking up your entire life and moving it from one location to another. Henrik, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. But, yeah, we're getting to a point now with our cows as well, or I should say heifers, I suppose, where they're getting ready to, you know, move to that next stage, and hopefully we're going to start having some little baby cows and, more importantly, some milk here soon. The hope is that we actually start making some money on this farm. Right now, all we've done is spend money, and most of the stuff that we're growing is going to go right back into feeding our cows. So it's not like we've got a lot of cash crops that we're expecting to start making money on here in this season, or on this farm at the end of the year. We're really going to be putting most of this stuff right back into the silos and making some food out of it. So I'm really kind of nervous that we're going to get to the end of the year, not make any money, and have to get through a whole nother year on the money that we've got here. We didn't start with a lot, and we've been kind of taking it really lean and mean here, but we're going to see where this goes. Henrik, what did you miss? Not much. We just got started. I was explaining to everybody why I was a good chunk late here. And so we're really just getting going here. I'm going to mow this field of triticale up. We're probably going to get the windrower out because I want to take as few passes with the pull-behind forage harvester as I can get away with. I'm not very adept at pulling that thing around, so I am going to take a fourth pass off this headland just so I don't keep putting my camera into the trees. And we might actually need to cut some more of this hay at some point. We've got a lot of it already here, and I'm talking about not putting the camera into the trees, and then we do it anyway. So let's actually see if I can pull this off in cab here. I'm really upset, or frustrated, I should say, that I broke both my steering wheel and my Xbox controller in the same couple of days here. So we're back to all keyboard driving. I was trying to force myself to use the Xbox controller a little bit while driving here, even though I'm on PC, because I'm trying to get ready for, you know, playing around on the Xbox. I've already got an idea for the series that I want to run on that in mind, and so we're going to do a short little 1-year series on Xbox here that I'm going to open up to the community. If anybody that has a console wants to play along with me, we should have plenty of equipment to get a few extra people into the game. So I'm looking forward to trying that out here, but we've got to get in practice here a bit, so stay tuned. I'm not sure when I'm going to launch that, but that'll be those will be live streams. I'm going to do all of the console series as live streams, so we might pick up a few extra days here because I want to run through that series over the next month. So September we're going to continue playing here on Autumn Oaks, and we're going to try and run a series on both and continue the Lincoln Creek series, and then we're going to pick up a console series on a mystery map, we'll say. I'm not going to announce it just yet, but we might see if I can steal some weekend time slots for that, or pick up another night of the week to do that series. So we'll see. We'll see. And no, you can't get GPS on PS4, unfortunately. So that's the other thing that I'm going to have to get used to, is doing all my own driving, and or using a few more helpers maybe. No course play as well is going to be a real bummer for me. So we're almost done here with the mowing. The one thing I do wish is that I could just pick a worker up here. We're driving over all of this crop. Why did it not mow when I was going forward? That's what I want to know. There we go. My header must have still been lowering. I must have accidentally hit the raise lower key here. But yeah, I think trying console once will be fun. It's something I haven't done. I've been talking about it for a little while. So, Josh, is this map going to come to the in-game mod hub? No, I do not think that that's going to be possible based on what I know of modding. I always hate to speak for other modders, but you know, I know Diniz fairly well, and I've seen what he's done with this map. And a lot of the functionality that he's added to this map is not possible on a console. So this is going to be a PC-only map, at least the version of it that he's edited. We got about one more pass here, it looks like. At some point, I did do the outside track there. I don't remember doing that. Craziness. Josh, you play on the computer? Yeah, I find that you get a lot better selection of mods and different things there. But that's one of the reasons why I want to play on console so bad, is to kind of, you know, firsthand witness some of the limitations and see how that experience goes. So we're gonna keep trucking here. I'm realizing suddenly that I've got, I'm missing one of my standard streaming windows. And so I keep looking around between my monitors to see how the internet connection is working here, to make sure that we don't start lagging, or that if we do start lagging, I notice and I'm not seeing it. So we're gonna Alt-Tab for just a second and let me get my windows popped back up here. There we go. And, oh, that's the wrong one as well. And I lost chat. There's chat. Welcome back to my screens, guys. Good to see ya. And Livin's got us there. Oh, and I've got a text message here from one of my staff members that says, turn on your lights so that people can see you better. There we go. Camera. See, this is what happens when you run around like crazy all day. And I literally just jump onto the stream at the last possible minute here. So we're going to do that and drag this window over here so that I'm a little bit more centered. And bada bing, bada boom. Everything's looking a lot better. Hopefully you guys see a minor improvement there. You can see I'm all red now. I got a little bit sunburned yesterday. We were spending so much time out in the sun. My kids got to go out on the lake and do some swimming here, and so that was a blast. And let's actually lower our header again this time. Brian Rutherford, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Boom. So here we go. Let's take the outside track here real quick, and then we'll come back and pick up the scraggly bits. Ah! The turning on this thing occasionally gets the better of me. It just wants to go so sharp, the back end just floats right around. So I'm curious to hear from anybody in the chat what you guys have thought about the Farm Sim 22 videos that have been coming out lately. All the gameplay videos that came out as part of Gamescom last week. There was a lot of cool announcements, a lot of little tidbits and stuff I think that got released during that. I mean, nothing I don't think that was ground-shattering, but it was cool to actually see some gameplay, even if it was on the European map. And so I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I'm really excited for the game. I think there's a lot of cool things that they put in there, and it's interesting to see, for me, you know, features that are kind of coming out now as we get closer and closer, like the rock picking, which is funny. You know, we just got that in Farm Sim 19 here, and they're adding that to FS22 as well. And so I think that there's a lot of things that they're adding to the base game that, you know, and Giants usually does a pretty good job of turning things on and off. You know, you can opt into different pieces of functionality. So I can't wait to see, you know, kind of how that goes, and see what, you know, some of those different features, how they work, and what the modders are going to be able to do to add on to that, so to speak. Oh my goodness. Bill White, appreciate the super chat. Glad to catch a live stream. Love your content. Well, I appreciate you, sir. The support means a lot. Justin Risinger, welcome to chat. I missed you earlier. You haven't missed much. We've been mowing this triticale here and talking about how weird textures can be with seasons sometimes. I was just going to ask what you thought of the new footage. Yeah, so I thought it was cool to see small square bales being added to the game. There's rocks being added, although I think that the rock picker that we've put together, the more manual styles, you know, more what you would see in the Midwest. I think that they're showing more of a, you know, European style rock picking mechanics, which, you know, is understandable. And so I'll be curious to see how it all comes together. I'm really looking forward to the having the transmission and the shifting of gears and stuff. I can't wait to see how that gets implemented. M&J's Elk Ranch, welcome to the stream, sir. Josh Sanders, the rock picker is not yet available. Permas has a new version over to me that I'm going to be doing some more testing on here tonight, because I have to put a video out tomorrow. And so I've got that sitting waiting for me. So I'm looking forward to showing that off. It's continuing to evolve, but, you know, well, Permas is in the chat. I shouldn't speak for him, but, you know, we're probably a week or two away from seeing a release or an update on that. But we'll see where it goes. Permas has been a busy guy and honestly just been kind enough to help work on this thing for me. It was a mod I wanted to do, and it was outside of my skill set, so I begged Permas to make it for me. Echo Kid, looking forward to FS22. Yeah, I hear a lot. I see a lot of mixed feelings on Facebook about it when I look. You know, a lot of people are pretty negative about it. All I see is, you know, improvements over FS19. I haven't seen anything where I felt like they took a step backwards, with the exception of limiting the number of days for seasons. And they've already said that they're going to work on figuring out how they can let you have more than that in the future. So, you know, I think, you know, at this point, I'm encouraged that they're listening to the community, and everything else I've seen has been a net positive or something new. Yeah, I can't wait to see the animal information. You know, they already said during one of the live chat sessions that they're going to have different breeds of cows like Seasons does now. And so I'm excited to see that it seems like they took the Seasons animal infrastructure and they're going to add on to that potentially. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with that. All right, so we have now successfully cut all of this triticale. I'm going to leave this mower here because we're going to do the same thing with our alfalfa here in a little bit. And we're going to jump back over to the farm. And I'm making sure I save frequently here because we have had crashes off and on. And I'm trying to think, do I have a vehicle closer than that? We'll jump into this auger. I want to remind myself what our forage equipment looks like. So we've got this New Holland pull behind type forage harvester we're going to use, and we've got a couple of these Meyer boxes. Yeah, I think we're going to put that on the 7810. I think that will be more than enough, and I've got the duals off already, and so I don't want to have to take the duals off the larger tractor, so we'll see how it goes. 7810, I think, is in the shed in the back here. Yeah, Permas, at this point, I plan that it's going to crash once or twice a stream until I can get to the latest version. That's why I'm, like, kind of in a hurry to just get through this year here so that we can get on the stable version of the map. All right. Oh, no, I don't want to unfold it. I want to get rid of it. So we're going to drop this thing off, let it fall through the ground. Oh, it stayed up this time. That's nice. I did modify that sprayer as well so that it sprayed faster. After I've had to respray most of my fields a couple of times now, we went in and upped the speed of it. So now we're going to go and get this thing going. The amount of equipment dairy farms always have sitting around is crazy. Yeah, exactly. I'm not used to doing any kind of dairy farming, so this is all very new to me. And so getting all of these different mods and stuff, it just feels like we've got so much, you know, I'll say junk laying around here that we need to use. Alright, so we've got the forage harvester. Now we're gonna get the forage box here. Alright. Oh, we're not gonna pretend that we can make that angle with this thing. Here we go. And is my trailer hitch not right there? I know these boxes work. There we go. All right, let's get it out to the field, and then we'll figure out how to get everything all hooked up here. We're also going to need another tractor probably to run these back and forth, just so I don't have to unhook everything when I want to run one of these wagons up, because I think we're going to need to empty this at some point. Now, I guess I should probably get a windrower out. We could probably windrow these up into some tighter windrows. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know how well that's going to work. Let's do it. All right, we're going to park this here. We're going to jump all the way back over here to the farm. And I think I've got this other smaller tractor here with the bucket on it. Yeah. We'll grab this thing. Oop. Don't want to drop the bucket. We want to drop the rock picker off. There we go. And... oh, windrower. Get this all raked up here. Welcome to the channel, Mr. Dave. Appreciate the sub. Yeah, Heather, I wanted to actually open this up and have this be multiplayer during the live streams, but I have to replace a few mods. I have a couple of mods that are early previews that the modders don't want me to release to the general public just yet. So that was a mistake on my part, putting a couple of early preview mods on here. So once I get that cleaned up, the thought is before I get into corn silage, we're going to open this up and let a few of the members of the community in to help me out with corn silage. Because corn silage is a lot more volume when it comes to picking things up with the forage box. So I want two tractors kind of running along beside me while I do that. In Farm Sim multiplayer, dairy farming is probably best. Yeah, especially on the bigger ones, but there's always something to do on farm even this size. Like, this is a pretty small operation, all things considered, and we've just got so many jobs to do. Part of the reason why, though, it makes such a great Farm Sim series is that you're not usually doing the same thing over and over again. You get a lot of variety in your day-to-day. And so I'm gonna just rake up these end rows here real quick. J. Joe, Billy Bob, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. We're gonna rake this side up a little bit. Perma is one thing I hadn't really seen any mention of from the gameplay trailer. That we know Meridian is a licensed brand in 22. Want to say one of the bins in the trailer was a Meridian hopper bin. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I guess I didn't really notice. Alright, let's see if I can grab these two. Whoops, if we can not oversteer so much. There we go. Yeah, this is going to make for a much better pickup here. How many cows do we have? That's the other thing we need to do, Justin. I've only got 22 cows right now, and so we're planning on expanding that a little bit here shortly. I want to get to a point where we've got, you know, well, it'll expand on its own, but I want to get to a point where we're running, you know, more than 100 on the farm. So that's the plan. So I wanted to stagger them out and buy some each season. And so we bought some in the spring. And if I can get my guy going here straight, we can actually pull up the menu. So all of these, not all of them, but a fair number of these are starting now to have animals pending, right? And so, you know, you can see 0.5 years, 0.7, 0.6. And so now that I've got the first wave of them are pregnant and we're starting to get to a point where we're going to be making more cows. I'm going to add in another bunch, probably between 20 and 50 cows, probably late summer. And then between that, we should end up with some, heifers, some milking cows, and then we'll have calves from, the heifers that turned into cows here. So that should be a lot of fun, I think. I did see all the FS22 clips. I saw that the hire worker function says open AI menu, but they haven't shown us the AI menu yet. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Echo Kid, we do not have any pigs or sheep on this farm. This is purely a dairy farming operation. John Deere Farms, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Brian, I missed a message here somewhere. How good are we with courseplay issues? Oh yeah, Brian, if you join the Discord server that we have, so we do have a Kedrick Farms Discord server, which is, I don't know, somewhere around 2,100 members now, and ask any questions like courseplay and stuff like that. There's a bunch of us on there, myself included, who are fairly well experienced with courseplay at this point, and always willing to jump in and help people sort out issues. So that's my recommendation, to jump into the Discord server if you're looking for help, especially with mods like Courseplay and Auto Drive. Lots of good people on there to help out. Yeah, Robin has definitely put Courseplay through its paces, running the entirety of the Peace River map, and then some. He's even expanded how big Peace River is, so he's got some experience. So let's see, I've got my headlands off here. Let's get this going. We've got 2 passes left, or 1 full round, 2 passes to do here. Looks like we can squeeze it in. We'll try to crowd to the left a little bit and pick some of that up. This particular tractor is the 64, I want to say 20, but maybe it's a 30. Let me see here. Nope, 6420. This was a mod that Diniz Farms released. So we've got a lot of Diniz Farms' mods on this playthrough. He has released this tractor that I'm using, the 7810 that I use in this series. And so I like a lot of his, I wouldn't say older tractors. These are, what year? 2000s era tractors, I guess. Late 90s, early 2000s, depending on the model. So. John Deere Farms, what happened to the Agco farm? The Agco farm would have been my series on Camille's map. What was the name of that map? County of 40 Mile? We ran through, we did almost, 2 full years on that map? So most of my series tend to last for 1 to 2 game years, and then we move on to the next map. I do have some thoughts around doing another large-scale farm here soon, before the end of FS19, so I'm working on a couple of ideas for that. We've got some really cool mods and stuff coming out, so we might run another Canadian map here soon and do some large-scale Canadian farming here. Watching or seeing all the pictures that Robin's been posting on Peace River has been a lot of fun, so I don't know that I would play on Peace River. I think we'll pick up a different big map, but I've got my eye on a couple of Canadian maps that I want to try out, so we'll see where it goes. But we're excited. I think I've got 3 more series that I'm gonna try and squeeze in here before FS22 comes out, which is, really, if you think about it, 2.5 months away now. So lots and lots of ideas, lots of stuff I want to do here before FS19 is moving to the back burner and we start transitioning to FS22. I'm going to try and time things out so we're not just ending a series in the middle of, an awkward space, I'll say. So we'll try and wrap up all the series we're in the middle of and time things out so that we can transition gracefully into FS22 when the time comes. Justin, will I be able to get early access to FS22? I don't know yet. My understanding, and I haven't actually talked to Kerminator about this yet. I need to ping Kerminator on Discord here this week. But the last time I asked about that, I was told that I need to be is it gold level partner? The next level partner up from where I'm at. And so in order to get there, I have to have a lot of people pre-order the game or buy FS19 or, pre-order FS22 using the Kedrick Farms code that you see in the description of my video. So if you're looking to pre-order the game, using the Kedrick Farms code is going to help me out a lot in getting to the next level of partner status with Giants, which will eventually lead to me getting an early access to FS22 when it comes out, which would be awesome. John Deere Farms do a Lone Oak series. That would be a great map to do. I haven't done a full series on there. I think I started a time lapse on that map one time. That's a great map I would love to do. You saw Squad and some of his guys doing a multiplayer roleplay series before FS22 comes out. It's like their previous ones. Yeah, I saw they just started something. I just saw Squad posted a video and Pickle posted a video, so I'm gonna check that out, because those were the ones that I actually liked. I loved the Squad role-playing farming videos, so that should be a good series. Scorpion's Edge, good to see you, man. How's it going? It's going good. It's a wonderful summer weekend here. We've been super, super busy running around, and so I think that I fulfilled enough of the family time duties this weekend that my wife was okay with me jumping on and doing a live stream this afternoon for a few hours. So I got one of the kids I just dropped off to work. That's why I was late to the stream. I had to go and drop him off at work and get back here, and his work is a half an hour away. And then got everything set up, and then she's taking the younger one out to do some shopping or something this afternoon. So I've got the house to myself for the next 2 to 3 hours. What is my favorite movie and sandwich? That is a really random question, John Deere Farms. We're lost in the trees. We're gonna have to think about that one for a while. I don't actually watch movies that much anymore. Anybody know why my tractors with tracks sliding alongside? What mod is that causes tractors to slide when you have tracks on them? There's a specific mod that conflicts with a lot of the tractors. Usually updating to the latest version of the tractor fixes that, but I think it's like the real dirt mod or something like that. Realism for vehicles. Yeah, there you go, Lane. Realism for vehicles. Gage, love the videos, appreciate it. The kind words are always appreciated. Sometimes you, in the content creator role here, it's hard to tell if, the content you're putting out there is something people are interested in or not. So, added realism, yeah, something like that. You guys have got this. A mod that I don't commonly use right now. Alex Brown, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, sir. John Deere Farms, you're hoping to start a real-life farm channel soon? I'm inferring real-life farm here, based on our past conversations. Should be fun times. Yeah, I've been impressed by how many real-life farm channels have continued to pop up over the last couple of years. You keep seeing, more and more new names out there, and they're doing really, really well. It's not like they just pop up and you've got, these channels with a couple thousand subscribers. I mean, they're jumping up into the hundreds of thousands of subscribers pretty quickly. So it's really fascinating to see all these new channels coming up. Lane, it's been a long time since you watched one of my streams live. Yeah, it's funny is I had started out streaming on Sunday afternoons, but because it was the only time slot I could carve out, and then life got so busy over the last few months that I'm hardly ever home on Saturday or Sunday anymore. My kids have got so many sporting activities and stuff, and so we had to switch things up. And so I've moved them to Tuesday and Thursdays seem to be pretty reliable. Millennial Farmer has 800 plus subs. Yeah, exactly. And Scorpion's Edge, exactly. The damage that we've seen in the last few weeks to all the real life farms has been just insane. You know, all these farmers that have had no rain for how long now, you know, most of the year. And to see that they've now been getting hit with these heavy storms that are just knocking the fields over, it's heartbreaking. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of farmers that are struggling this year. So we're going to run this forage pickup down to the end of the field here. I'm going to unfold it to get it out to the side of my tractor. I'm going to put my pipe out so it goes into the forage box here, hopefully. And I'm expecting this to be grass when we pick it up, so we're going to see. Jacob's Home and Garden Projects, good to see ya. Appreciate you, sir. Alright, let's get this going here. I'm hoping this works out. There we go. We're getting grass picked up here. So I'm pretty sure that's grass. It's some kind of a fill type. I guess I don't have words under it, which is slightly unexpected. But we're gonna just take our headlands off here. I'm really tempted to see if this is gonna go into our silo like it should or not. The first time I do anything on a new map with special mechanics, I always just expect a few issues. We're not quite gonna make the turn. Alright, we're gonna drive over our windrows here a little bit. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why my head isn't picking up when I turn. There we go. Gage, you live in Saskatchewan, Canada, and you have no crops? Yeah, that's, I mean, what I'm hearing from people is it's not even worth it to get the equipment out of the shed because there's so little yield to even be had at this point. Fallen Oak Farm, we are on a Sunday stream again. It's been a while since we've done it on a Sunday. Let's see if I can handle doing this, maybe. Pork Chop, here you come to save the day. Good to see you, man. We can't do it in cab. Yeah, I saw, so for those that don't watch the Farm Sim guy, a fellow Farm Sim YouTuber, he just started a new series on Mercer County, and he's attempting to do all of his tractor driving in cab. And I pretty much, my feedback there is good luck to you. Because I've tried to do that, and for whatever reason, I just cannot get the controls and stuff with Farm Sim to, you know, work that well for me. If I were ever going to do that, I'd have to get one of those track IR things where it puts the sensor on your hat, and then when you look to the side a little bit, it moves the camera for you. Or a VR headset or something set up with it, because I can't handle getting the camera to move around with me while I'm trying to actually do everything in cab. There's just too much going on. So that's I'm interested to see how he fares there. I watched his first episode. I haven't had a chance to watch the second one yet. Yeah, Gage, you guys got a bunch of hail here recently as well, which is unfortunate. Alan, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. Pork Chop, I'm doing well. I'm down to less than a week now. Next Friday is my last day of restrictions from my surgery, 3+ weeks ago now. So I'm counting the days until I can get back into doing some different stuff. So that's where my head is at. Just can't wait to be done with all this. Robin, you've got your camera on a joystick. I used to, when I had the side panel from the heavy equipment bundle, I had the camera on the joystick, and that worked really well. I might need to figure something out with that, because the mouse is just too jerky. And Neil, yeah, it looks better for the viewer out of cab. I agree, and that's part of why I started doing the montages, too, for my videos when I do big field work. I think it's funner, you know, for both the viewer and myself, honestly. You know, I did the planting on Lincoln Creek for my last video here, on Friday? And I was out in that field with 2 tractors and planters for almost 2 full hours planting. That's a long time to spend playing Farm Sim. And so if I was just in the cab for the full 2 hours, I would have lost my mind. And so being able to jump out and show some different angles and, you know, just do a little bit more, I think is a lot more fun. And then when I get into editing, I get to, you know, try and figure out how to make it work with some cool music and stuff. So it's just a lot more fun. Oh my goodness. You guys are yelling at me. See, I'm reading chat and talking, and we're just losing out on product. The chat just starts going full. All right, well, it's a good thing that we don't have that many cows right now. The concentration is real. Yeah, exactly. The other reason I don't drive in cab is because I miss out on things like that even more, I feel like. I think Chopper and Chopper Box will ever come to console? Maybe, Kyle. So that's one of those things that I haven't seen yet, but I can't say that it doesn't exist. You've got a forage harvester mechanic for console already. I would imagine that you could do the same thing. Why is my tractor off? I must have accidentally hit the key to turn my tractor off. Oh, we're having a GPS issue. One moment, folks. Why won't it disable GPS? Why am I going in and out of cab? I've got a sticky key problem. Let's get out. I have a helper problem. There we go. My goodness, it's always something. So we're gonna drop that forage box there. I'm gonna grab, I need to grab another tractor here. Where are all my tractors? So let's take this rake back up here, and we're gonna hook this up to the forage boxes and see if we can get this into the silo. Is that wagon loader coming to mods? I'm not sure what you mean, but that loader is public, so you can find that and download it for sure. Yeah, it's funny, my stream is probably a good 30 seconds to a minute delayed behind YouTube, or just the way YouTube works sometimes. If I go with a lower latency, then they give me a worse quality stream, and so we're definitely missing the messages for a little while. That's why there's a big a lag. When somebody asks a question, it takes me a little bit before I'll see it pop up in my chat, and then you guys get it back on your end from me talking. So don't you need a tractor on the blower? Yeah, I probably will. We've got all kinds of tractors here, and so I'm just getting this rake up here, and then we're gonna have to figure out which tractor I can put on the blower and which tractor I can put on the forage box there. And so I might just put the bigger tractor with the duals on the blower, just because I don't want to have to monkey with it, moving it around too much. I don't think the tires are going to get in the way, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's just back this in here. I think I'm running into the lip of this shed just a little bit. There we go. Drop that right there. I'm gonna grab the other box though first and bring that out to the field, and we'll worry about getting this stuff into the silo in just a second here. Boop boop. Where did I get the pickup for the grass? I believe that's Appalachia's Modding that released that New Holland Forage pickup, and it's got a chopper head as well. I think that's where that one came from. I can't recall, honestly, off the top of my head. If you just do a Google search for New Holland pull-behind forage harvester, you're going to find it pretty quick. Diniz Farms has a lot of those linked on his download page on his website, though, so that tends to be where I got most of the additional mods for this series. I actually just got from Diniz Farms' webpage. He's got a bunch of them linked there. So I'm going to drop this box right here. Oh, the little extra in the forage harvester shooting across there. We're going to get this forage harvester moved over and hooked up, and then we're going to take this full box up and figure out what to do with it. Owen Farms, hi from North Dakota. Welcome to the stream. We're making a mess of things. We're losing out on all of our harvest here. Oh, we didn't quite get lined up here. Let's try that again. I've got it in the operating position, so it's giving me a little bit of struggle. Let's fold that back up into the normal position here so I can back it up successfully. There we go. All right, I'm not going to fill this one yet. We're going to grab this tractor and bring this back up to the yard. I guess we could use the bigger tractor with the duals to move them. But I'm just worried that the duals are going to be in the way when I'm trying to maneuver this thing in to unload it. So that's where my head's at with that right now. Alex Brown, Diniz Farms did an awesome job on this map. I'm absolutely loving it. Christian Williamson, you can use the PTO if you don't want to use a tractor. Yeah, I thought about that. There's a mod out there that would help. Yeah, a couple of different mods to use the blower without a tractor, but we have not had any of those installed just yet. So I think we are going to put our haylage in this middle one. I'm leaving this one's going to be our corn silage. And so then I want this one, I think, is going to be our haylage. So let's go get, I think our big tractor is actually right over here. Get this thing. Ooh, the 4020. Bill, you've got an idea. You've got an idea. We've got the feed tractor here, which until we start running feed, we really don't need this thing. I almost forgot about this guy. Well, let's do it. I love this tractor. It's got the old year-round cab on it. We used to have one of these old 4020s with the year-round cab. Ironically, it was our auger tractor that we used, so this is a perfect fit for us. I like it. Thank you, sir. So I'm trying very carefully to come into this somewhat square before I hook up, because what I don't want to happen is for this thing to move a ton, because I've got it lined up pretty close. So let's turn our HUD on for a minute here. And I think I need to attach it like this. There we go. See, our pipe comes down here, and you just kind of get it lined up like so. And then we can bring this guy in here. And I need to make sure that I have the tip side to front unload. Should be the front left side here. Yep. And if I just get this guy right up next to it, we should be in a good spot. Let's try this. Oh boy. The bucket is gonna cause me some grief. I'm gonna raise this bucket up out of my way here. And we're gonna try, I think I gotta get pretty dang close to this thing if I remember right. Yep. Oh, look at that. Oh, we had it. There we go. First try. It's just deceptive. There we go. And we're loading grass. Wow, that's painfully slow. Okay, Well, while that unloads for the next half hour, we're gonna go and load the next trailer up. So let's jump over here and jump back into the 7810. I have no idea where we left off with this thing. And so I'm just gonna turn right into this and pick it up right here, I think. Are we not in operating position? We are not. All right, let's see if I can. Is that this? There we go. Can't do it while it's on. Oh, we're missing some bits. Here we go. All right, that's so much better. Yeah, appreciate the suggestion there, Bill. The 4020 on the blower was so much of a better idea. Any chance to use a good classic tractor like that is a good one. Agree, Scorpion's Edge, absolutely. So I'm missing out on some of the chat there, though, so I'm trying to catch up. Do I like the John Deere 6R? I do. I think it's a great, modern utility tractor. I've seen a couple of them. Never gotten a chance to drive one, though, so. Tanny, where do I get all my mods? A lot of mods I get from the in-game mod hub, to be honest. I use a lot of stuff off mod hub, but the sites that I use besides that are primarily Yes Mods. It doesn't get updated anymore, but there's a bunch of good mods that have been released there. Mod Network is the really big one that a lot of the modders are releasing on right now. And then Facebook. I almost hate to say it, but most modders post their updates and their releases and stuff on their Facebook pages. And so I just follow all the modders that I know of on Facebook, and when I see a release, I grab it. And that works great if you have a Facebook account. If you don't have a Facebook account, you can still download stuff. You just can't follow them and get updates. So it's kind of that you have to know whose mod you're looking for, and then you can go to their Facebook page and download it from them. And we're already at 70%, so I must have wasted quite a bit of this triticale when I was picking it up, but that's okay. It looks like we're gonna have plenty, so I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna try and take these headlands off though before we get full here, and hopefully not go into the trees. Especially because I didn't turn the crash counter on before the stream today, so I'm really hoping we don't have any major crashes. Mangus Farms, welcome to the stream. Always good to see you, sir. We've got 10% left to go here in the forage box. Hopefully my game sound is balanced all right. That's something that I found that I'd messed up here recently, and I haven't had a chance to go back and re-watch my last live stream, but you guys let me know in the chat if my microphone volume is okay, if the game sound is too loud or too quiet. Let me know what you guys think. It's always hard to make adjustments to that because everybody always has different opinions on what the right balance is. But I like to generally see if there's an overwhelming opinion in the chat. Neil says, sounds good. Awesome. I'm looking at the little bars that move off screen here, and they look like they're in a good spot, so I appreciate the feedback. Keith, good to see you in the chat, sir. Gotta remember to drink the water today. I've been outside in the 90-degree heat so much this weekend that I've been just chugging like 3 or 4 liters a day, it seems like. We're gonna swing around here and pick up... Oh my goodness, I'm full again. Thank you, Byron. I wasn't even paying attention. I was about to swing around and pick up some more. We need a buzzer for the chat. I need to write a program so that somebody can use a Discord command and have it buzz me on my other monitor here and tell me to stop filling. When I'm in the combine, I've got the 80% full buzzer that goes off, and I find that very useful when I'm streaming. So I'm gonna drop this here, and then we're gonna whip around, and we're gonna go check on that other tractor and see if the box is done this time. There we go, got it first time. He is empty, so let's open this up. And if I click on this fermenting silo, so all the silos in here are Global Company. And if I come in here, you can see that I've got my haylage already going in here, so you can see it's starting to ferment already. Just how Global Company works, it goes somewhat fast. And so we're gonna be able to store quite a bit of haylage here in this stave, silo, whatever we wanna call it. And so I'm gonna just keep running these back and forth, and this is where having a couple of people in game would be really helpful. So I really got to get the mod list cleaned up a little bit here, because I think this would be a great series to get a couple people in to help me out. So we might try and open Autumn Oaks up to multiplayer here next week. See how that goes. Yeah, I need an 80% warning. Well, I knew I was at 90% on the headland, and then I just started talking and forgot about it. Helen Trotter, since we're 20 seconds behind, yeah, I need the... But I do, yeah, the 80% buzzer from the audience would probably be helpful today, since it seems like I just can't bring myself to pay attention. So we'll run this back up and get it dumping out because it was unloading pretty slow. And then we'll jump back out here and finish this up. It looks like it's going to take about 2 more wagons and we should be good to go. And Lane, if you've got issues with the manure going under the slab, I believe Diniz Farms said that was an issue that he fixed. With the latest version that he released. So I might, if I were you, I would double check to see if you're on the latest version of the map. And if you upgraded to the latest version, but you already had a save game started, I think he posted a video with some instructions of something that you had to manually change to get all of your stuff working correctly in the game. So definitely check out Diniz Farms' Facebook page. And I believe he's posting some videos on YouTube on how to fix some things. Oh, there we go. First time. Look at that. And we didn't even crash into anything. I just want to make sure it's going to start unloading. There we go. Save the game again, as always. And jump back up in here to our 7810. And we're going to get this all cooked up this time. We even remembered to fold it up. Oh, we disconnected instead of connecting it. I always forget that the hitch on this forage wagon is off-center. So I'm trying to line it up centered, and that's just not going to work out for me too well. So let's get this going. Always got to find the right piece of equipment here to raise and lower the pickup and get everything unfolded. And we're off to the races again. You should use shaders, man. Yeah, I've got... Well, so part of the problem, this particular geo has a lot of fog on it for some reason. Most of my games don't have this level of fog on them for some reason. And I suppose we could try and go, it's the cloudiness and the fog factor. And so I've got the updated colors installed for seasons here, which really helped out a lot on most maps. But this particular geo with seasons is just hazy. It looks like we're farming in the west side of the country right now with all the smoke and haze that they've got. Where did I get the mix ratio TMR mod? You mean where it displays on my screen when I walk up to the mix wagon? I cannot remember what the name of that mod is called. Man, that's gonna drive me nuts. I don't remember. There's a mod out there that'll show it though. Harley Quinn, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you as always. Kyle, what geo is this? This is the geo that's built into the map. So Diniz Farms added a custom geo here on the map. All right, we've got 80% here. We got a little bit more to go. Yeah, the problem, Rowinator, with Reshade is that it's really hard on the FPS, and running that on top of OBS and everything else that I've got going would definitely cause some pain. I've tried it, and Reshade has... it just isn't working very well with my 4K setup with the OBS and everything else. So it's something that I've taken a look at a couple of times, and I'm actually going to reach out. North Simulation has been helping a few of us out with some Reshade settings, and so I'm going to see if he can help me find out what's causing my frames to drop so significantly. But the struggle is so I'm running 4K right now, and, you know, even this map, which doesn't have a lot going on, it's a standard size map, does cause the frame rates to drop quite a bit. So we'll have to sort that out. And Rowinator, I wouldn't mind the FPS drop until it gets below 30. And that's the problem when you're streaming or recording. I have to keep it above 30 or it gets really painful. But I find here, you know, so I move the clock forward a bit, and a lot of the haze goes away with seasons if you're not playing in the early morning or late evening. So part of it's always just the trick of figuring out what time of day you're playing in it as well. All right, let's jump over here and grab that tractor again. TNR Farming, welcome to the stream. Let's get this empty wagon out here. And see what we can do. I think this wagon and one more and we'll be good. We'll get everything in there. And then we've also got this alfalfa that we need to get rid of here as well. It's looking pretty rough. We're going to harvest that, and then we're going to till that field under to fix some of the issues that we've had with that. But we're going to get this going right like so. See if I can drop this off in a better spot to back it up. Freddy DB, appreciate the renewal there. Welcome back to the members team. Always appreciate the support. All right, let's get this back up to the farmyard here. TNR Farming, appreciate it. We are having a good day so far and a great stream. It's a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Henrik, how long am I streaming? I don't know. I usually stream for a couple of hours. We try to wrap up a job before we wrap up the stream. I hate ending a stream in the middle of a job. So we've got plenty of work to do here on this series, that's for sure. So let's see if we can get this unloading right away again. We're running low on fuel in a few of our tractors as well, so something to keep an eye on. Fold this up and see if I can get this backed up on the first attempt now. Obviously not. We were at too much of an angle already. But it never helps when you can't see the tongue of the trailer. There we go. I don't know where I left off on harvesting this, so I guess we're gonna just jump right back into our lane right here and take it back down to the other end of the field. I feel like we were wrapping things up on the far end of the field down here last time around. It's been 60s and 70s in Vermont. Oof, it's been way hotter than that here. Nissy, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Ethan, am I a Star Wars fan? I am definitely a Star Wars fan. In fact, we just watched all of the new cartoons. It's the one thing that all the boys in the house do together on Saturday mornings. We would all get up before my wife woke up. We'd let my wife sleep in, And my 16-year-old and my 4-year-old, we'd come downstairs and we watched through all the Star Wars movies, all the Clone Wars episodes, and then most recently we just watched through all the new cartoon Bad Batch episodes. So that's been a lot of fun to do with the boys, because it's one of those things that kind of transitions through the ages fairly well. So my older one and I enjoy it because there's a lot going on from a story perspective, and then my younger one just likes to see all the stormtroopers and the droids and stuff, so fun times. 84 degrees Fahrenheit in Texas. It's hotter in Michigan than it is in Texas? Something's not right. Yeah, permas, it's funny, I actually strongly recommend, if you're, a purist or whatever, watch the Clone Wars season before you watch Bad Batch. There's a lot of really cool tie-ins to things, so it's worth it. Jason Stanley, welcome to the stream, good to see ya. We're getting our triticale all picked up here. We're almost done. On the last round, it looks like here. We've got to get all of this going. I'm trying to figure out what we're putting in here next. My hope was to put some soybeans back into this particular field, but it took one growth stage longer than I was expecting for the triticale to be ready, so I don't think we're going to be able to get that done. Braden, 105 in Ontario. That's just crazy. Bill White, if you look in the description of my video, there's a link to pre-order FS22 that should put it right in the query string. And then when you get to the last checkout page, there's going to be a promo code section there somewhere where you can put the Kedrick Farms link. It'll be like just a text box there on the checkout page. 2 copies, one for yourself and one for your buddy. Nice. Yeah, I've already pre-ordered a standard copy, and I've got a collector's edition coming. I haven't decided... Oh, we're full again. I haven't decided if I'm going to use the collector's edition or if that's going to end up being a giveaway on the channel once I get my hands on it. Because I'm not sure I want the beacon light, but we'll see. We'll see. Silage corn might work. Let's look at the calendar here real quick. So the problem with the soybeans is we've already passed the growing point for that, as have we for silage corn. And so I'm just worried that they won't grow fully by the time we get to the end here. So I don't know what we're going to do there yet. We got some time to think about it, though. So we're going to disconnect this trailer somewhere right around here, and then pull this guy right back around so we can hook up to the next trailer. And every time we've managed to grab the right tractor. When you've got 2 tractors sitting right next to each other like this, I find a lot of times it's hard to get the right one, but we're knocking it out of the park today from that perspective at least. Scorpion's Edge, I need the beacon light up on your shelf. Use it once and then never again. Yeah, exactly. I was actually thinking that that would be a fun thing to set up behind me, but instead of hooking it up to Farming Simulator, see if I could hook it up so that when there's a super chat or something, the beacon light would go off for me to see that something's happened. I don't know. We'll find something fun to do with it, though. Let's see here. So I'm gonna try once again to drop this thing off right here, like so, and then we'll just go pick up this other one, like so. So this should be the last wagon we've got to fill here. Ethan, there's also a good video game. Yeah, I did play Force Unleashed. That was a good game. There's a bunch of good games. The Star Wars universe, well, like any popular IP, has good games and bad games. So definitely enjoyed some of both of those. One of my favorite video games of all time was the Jedi Knight game series. That was a lot of fun. Back in the day. Hook up the beacon to go off when you're full. Yeah, there you go. I just need to actually use it as a beacon. Have it come on when I get to 80% so I don't forget to unload or something. That wouldn't be a horrible idea. Whoops. We jumped across the map for some reason. Here we go. Alright, let's get this all hooked up here. Just like so. Get the appropriate vehicle selected, and we're off to the races again. We've got just a little bit left to pick up here. I'm hoping this all fits in this forage box. Yeah, Scorpion's Edge. Dark Forces was a great game. The Jedi Knight was Dark Forces 2, right? The sequel to it. Good times. Great story. Ryan, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. As always. Godly Devil, right there. The X-Wing, B-Wing, TIE Fighter was a great game. Agreed. Oh, goodness. Ethan, welcome to the stream. We're having a lot of fun here. Autumn Oaks is now our live stream series, so we've been cranking away here, getting all the feed and stuff ready for our cows here that we're gonna have soon. Our heifers are gonna be giving birth here in the autumn months, and we're gonna have lots and lots of food lined up for that. Ryan Oxendine, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you as always, sir. Happy Potato Papa. Welcome to the stream. So we're almost done. I always like the final stretch here. You're just like, we're just about there. We're ready to move on to the next thing. I'm actually tempted to just plow this alfalfa under for the fertilizer bonus rather than trying to harvest it. I'm looking at how spotty that part of the field is right now. We've got the back piece that we just turned into a field last stream and seeded with some alfalfa. Polycount Taz, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You missed the early part of the stream where we were using your mower to, in the green mowing mod here, to cut all of our triticale so that we can pick it up here and turn it into haylage. The mod is working awesome as usual. Last pass, we're at 77%. I don't know if we're going to get it all into this forage box or not now. I was so confident that it was going to fit, but we're getting full quick. We might end up just leaving a little bit left out here. We'll see how it goes. Probably can't bring myself to do that, though. We've already wasted so much of it that we might just need to finish picking up what's here. Maybe we'll just leave it hooked up here, though, and run this up to the farm this way, though. Yep. Oh, all right. Let's do that. Let's put this into road mode. Yeah, there's quite a bit of that left, actually. So we're going to run this up to the farm real quick. And, well, I don't want to run this whole setup up to the farm. We're going to run this forage box up to about here. We're having second thoughts. And then I'll bring the other one back out here. That's a fair amount of grass left on the field here that we need to pick up. All right, high yield rock. That's the upside to filling up fast. Exactly. It's like you can't complain about the fact that you're filling up so fast, because it means you're getting a lot of product to put into the bins. And we've honestly got this set up pretty well now, where we don't have a lot of downtime between loads. We're able to just disconnect and reconnect these boxes pretty quick here. I was tempted to hook this up to the pickup to run these up and down, but then I realized that I wouldn't have a PTO, so I couldn't get the box unloaded without a PTO here. So tractors it is. All right, I'm gonna put this one right here, and we're gonna get this other one out of the way. Run it back up to the farm. So I'll be curious to see how long all of this actually lasts us with our cows this winter. My biggest fear is that we're not going to have nearly as much as I think we are, and we're going to get into the middle of winter and be scrambling to find some food for our cows. But I might have to do some napkin math off camera here. I think Diniz Farms released kind of a spreadsheet that outlines how much feed the cows are going to require, and so that you could calculate how much TMR you need over the course of the winter based on how many days of seasons you're playing with. And so we might have to actually do that math here before we get into the winter months, or I guess I should say before we get into deciding how many additional cows we want to buy for the farm. Because we are going to buy a few more cows here shortly, but I want to make sure that we're not overbuying, that we can actually feed all the cows that we have. That's what I'm trying to say, I suppose. So let's get this hooked back up and pick up the last of this grass we've got laying about. Turn it on, get our pickup on the right controls, and off we go. Taz just stopped in to say hi. Got to go to sleep, early morning start tomorrow. I can understand you there. Have a good one, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. We've got to get our forage harvester in operating mode here so that we're not driving over our windrow. There we go. Tenny, do I know best ways to save up for PC? The best way I know is to get a job and save money. The PC components are kind of at a premium right now still. I'm actually waiting to do some upgrades on my computer until prices come back down some, because new graphics cards and processors and stuff are kind of really ridiculously priced right now. Cummins, yeah, I don't know who made the sheet, but I just know that Diniz Farms shared a sheet on his Facebook page for all of his unique mechanics for his cow feed and how much of each of the products you need. Because it's only his maps that have all of these products on them for TMR. Or at least in this way. I haven't seen anybody else run, well, I haven't seen any maps outside of the DMFB maps that have all of these mechanics on them. I think that's it. I think that's the last of our grass. I guess we could pick up a few of these missed bits right here. So circle around here and get the last of this row right here, and I think we're good to go. So yeah, that was almost a third of a wagon that we had sitting here. It didn't look like that much, but once you actually come back here and pick it all up, there's a good amount of grass laying here. So we'll run this right up to the farm now and wrap this up and take a look and see just how much we've brought in all together. I'm kind of curious. There we go. Get this thing into transport mode, make it a little bit easier getting around on the farm. Hopefully not run into anything on the way up there. Still trying to wrap your head around the feeding mechanics and moving the cows around. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that next stage. I have done some experimentation before we started the series off, so I think I understand moving the cows around. I think, but we're gonna have to get into it here and give it a shot before we know for sure. It's funny is like there's just the basic mechanics of moving them around, but then there's also the role play mechanic of technically you could put them in a number of different places, but the right place to put them if you're running the dairy farm as a dairy farm is something to pay attention to. So we're going to bring this right back out here and park it for now. I don't know that we're actually done with this setup yet. I've got to take a look at what other fields and jobs we have to do, but I want to get this thing parked right now at least and not be in the way. Henrik, where did I get the map? This is Autumn Oaks, an edit that Diniz Farms did of Autumn Oaks. So you can find this map linked on his Facebook page. He's also released it on Mod Network, and I believe his personal webpage he's just updated. And so if you go to his Facebook page, he's got links to his webpage, and in fact I think his webpage was linked in chat a bit earlier today as well. I don't have that link handy at the moment though, but you should definitely be able to find it if you look at his Facebook page. You know if there's any side dresser that supports anhydrous? Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of them out there. I'm trying to remember who made it. There's a DMI toolbar that supports anhydrous. I run that in a lot of my series, and you can set it up as a side dresser or as a cultivator. And then there's a, what do you call it? I don't know, there's just a couple of toolbars. Most of the anhydrous toolbars are set up to support both. Are you going to call the heifers that don't get pregnant? Yeah, Tristan, that's one of those things that it's just hard. Or am I going to cull them? No, probably not. They'll all eventually get pregnant. So what I'm going to do is just keep them separated, and I'll bring the pregnant ones into the other barn here as we get going. The version of the map I'm on right now has an issue with it, though. So there's a heifer barn that we can put them in that you can't put milk in. So I guess while that's unloading, I can show this off. So we've got... this barn here is where the milking cows are going to end up going. And so all the milking cows will go into here. And this is our biggest barn. And then over here, we've got what I believe is called the Heifer Barn. If I look at the list here. So this barn behind me, this is the... save the game here before we have a crash. This is the main farm... free stall barn, and this is the main milking barn, the biggest capacity. This little barn here with the little pasture area, this is the heifer barn, and so I can put the heifers in here while they're giving birth, you know, before they give birth, and we can kind of separate out the ones that are pregnant from the ones that aren't, because then we've got the big pasture area here for all the heifers to wander around in, or the calves can wander around in there. And then we've got this barn, and then the main tie stall area where we can put them just before they give birth. We could put them up in the main tie stall barn area here, and then we have a calf barn in here as well. So we've got all the different options, and then on the corner over here, this is the beef, the steer barn, I guess they'd call it. And so we could do beef cattle here if we wanted as well. And then there's other farms on this map if you're doing beef as well. You know, cattle operation. So we're going to move these forage boxes out and park them again down here. And then take a look at how much haylage we're going to pull in from all of the work we've been doing here. There we go. Let's, I'll just run this right back up to the yard here while I'm thinking about it. Who knows what we're going to need to use it for next. We'll just leave it parked here in the middle of things. Meatball, I'm streaming at a decent time. Exactly. It doesn't happen all the time. Ah, good times. Jason Merritt, appreciate the sub there. And as always, if you guys are liking the stream, hit that like button for me. It helps out a lot. What are we doing in here now? Oh, we're looking at how much haylage we're making here. So I've got all of that going into this first fermenting silo. And we've got haylage fermenting here. And so all of that grass we put in here is being converted into haylage for us. And so that's at 43,000 liters. We still got a couple 100,000 liters over here. It goes fast, so I'm not too worried about it. So we brought in almost 250,000 liters. We probably would have been over 250,000 liters if we had not had so many mistakes. So that's looking good. And then if you look at my mixing ratio here that you can see on the bottom of the screen, you can see that the two biggest components to our feed are the maize silage and the grass silage. So we need lots of this grass silage that we're doing, or the haylage as I'm calling it. And so I'm really excited about that. And we're going to get some straw off of our rye field, I think. And so we're in a pretty good spot right now. Freddie, sorry for not being consistent at subscribing. No worries, dude. You know, never need to apologize. Always happy to have you in the community, though. Don't, and I go through periods of time where I'm fairly antisocial as well, which is maybe getting into YouTube was not the best career decision there, but it is what it is. So we're driving this tractor around. I put it up there for a reason. Let's jump back over here into our mower. And the thought was we should harvest this alfalfa and then plow it up, or should I plow it under? Because we've got another field of alfalfa growing back here. I think we're gonna just plow this field under and get the fertilizer bonus for it, because it is in a really rough state. It didn't seed up very well, so I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do. I don't think we're gonna mow that today. I think we're gonna plow it under and get that field into a state that it'll accept seed properly. Godly Devil, how did I figure out what barn is what? Honestly, I took 2 cows in a trailer and I moved them around, or 1 cow in a trailer, and I moved it around from one barn to the next and saw which barn had an animal in it. So it was very scientific. Just loaded it up and moved it around. So it's funny how much stuff goes into, you know, trying to know what I'm doing at least a little bit before we get into a series. So I try, you know, to at least not stumble around too much in each series and to put a little bit of effort in ahead of it to understand how the map works. Diniz Farms has also been just really, really helpful answering all my questions and stuff that I had as we were setting things up. So we were bringing this up here. We got to grab this larger tractor here because we are going to grab our cultivator here and jump into things. And yeah, Diniz Farms has released a number of tutorials on the mechanics on the map that were really helpful to kind of get you started on stuff. And of course I've left this tractor that I parked up in the yard to get it out of the way right in my way. Let's see if I can sneak in here though. Get this up, and we're just gonna zip right around here and take this right out into the field here. We don't need to do a lot of tillage, we just gotta turn this thing under. Is the blue silo for high moisture corn. So there's 2 harvestor silos there. And so the big tall one on this side of the farm is, well, so all 3 of these are the same silos. If I bring open Global Company, I have the fermenting silo and those 2 staves that are here. And so if I open this up, you can see I can do haylage here. I can do high moisture corn, which is gonna be earlage going into CCM, or I can do chopped corn into maize silage, which is what we're gonna do with that particular harvestor. We're gonna put our corn silage in there On the other side of the farm, we have a shorter harvest store, and that's set up to put, you know, high moisture corn in that we're going to then run through a mill and turn it into cracked corn. And so that's what's on the other side of the farm there, which you can't see because it's a really short silo. So there's two different ones that have kind of a different mechanic to them on this map. Buck, what's up? Good to see you in the stream. Aaron, oh my goodness, thank you. We need to fuel this tractor. We would have run out of fuel here. Let's get this back up into the yard. Actually, do I have the fuel tank in the back of our pickup? Let's grab the pickup. We do. Let's run the diesel right out to the field here. Give me a chance. I don't think I've ever had an opportunity to try this fuel tank out yet in a series. Although the fact that it's at 87% is either because I've inadvertently fueled from it or I have not filled it completely in the first place. But let's get this thing out there. That's a good excuse to use the pickup truck here for a bit. I do wish that I had my steering wheel set up today, though. And Curler, how do you get high moisture corn? So high moisture corn is just regular corn that hasn't been dried yet. So this map also has corn drying mechanics so that you can get dried corn. And there we go. We're filling up the diesel right quick here. There we are. Perfect. Now we've got fuel. So let's get this thing going now. This should work a lot better with fuel in it. Hen Dog, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna till this field under. Oh, it kills me to till under a crop, but this particular field is just having some struggles. All right. Now, my other struggle, I should have come to this decision sooner than we have because there's not a whole lot left to plant. We could just replant alfalfa in here. Maybe we'll do some wheat in here, get some straw when the time comes. We'll just get this field kind of prepped now, and we'll do some winter wheat in here or something like that. Might be fun, just to mix it up a little bit. Is the disc ripper beside the disc in the mod hub? I can't recall that. I think that's the one that's in the mod hub. It's most likely the ripper by LR modding, I want to say, or LM modding. One of the two. I always get it confused here. But I'm pretty sure that was the one that was released. I've got a couple of those that you can't find on Facebook anymore. That's the smaller one. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts now. Let's go look. Let me look. I've got a tractor right over here. This is the, oh, this is the 2720. This is the 12-foot one that was done by, we'll pull it up real quick. Where's my Autumn Oaks folder? It's funny, I've actually been spending some time. People keep asking about what mods I'm using. And so Lincoln Creek, at least, is going to get a mod list here for the next episode tomorrow. I've been working on it. This was the mod by Blue Modding released this, I believe. Appalachia's Modding worked on it. LinDB EJB Modding, and Blue Web worked on this all together. Blue Modding. So I don't remember who released it, but this was released on Facebook at one point. And we've got too many vehicles to tab through here, apparently. Boom, we're back in game. That was a little bit more involved than I was expecting. Harvesting corn for grain before you go to chopping your other field. You have 400 cattle on Lone Oak. That's a fair amount of cattle to keep track of. That's my big fear, is getting too many animals. We did that on Flint Hills. All those pigs, they were multiplying faster than I could sell them off, so that was a bit much. We would need to have a much more efficient operation before I tried to do mass animals again. It might be fun to do with cattle at some point. The problem is that you can't automate selling them, and so if you want to deliver them yourself, you know, and do that and not pay the outrageous pickup penalties, then you have to do all the driving yourself, because you can't have Courseplay sell animals for you. So that was something that I ran into on Flint Hills that kind of drove me away from doing any large-scale animal operations. KDM, you're playing the same map and wondered about the water supply for this map. Yeah, so Diniz Farms removed the water mechanics from the cows. Essentially, his reasoning was, you know, it's 2021, we've got water, running water on our farms. We don't need to go and fill a water trailer up and bring water out to our cows. We run a pipe and turn it on. So you have no need to water cows anymore on this particular map, or on his other maps that he's added the this enhanced animal mechanics to. You don't have to do water on Mercer County either, I believe. Delia, you just started Flint Hills with 900 acres. That's a good chunk of land. Curler for life. Where did I get the liquid fertilizer trailer on Susquehanna River Valley? Oh man, I don't even remember what I was using on that map, but most likely it was the nurse trailer that I have that Perma's Modding released. So check out Perma's Modding on Facebook. He's released a number of different liquid fertilizer trailers, some of them for semis and some of them that you pull behind a pickup. And I'm 99% sure that I'm using one of his mods on Susquehanna River Valley. So we're knocking out this field pretty quick here. This is going faster than I thought it would. If we, if we bring up the menu here real quick, I am curious to see if this is doing anything for our nitrogen levels. It's not. So I thought when you plowed under a growth state crop that wasn't withered, that you got a nitrogen boost with precision farming, but maybe because it's a non-standard crop, it's not working that way. Either way, we're getting rid of it because it's got some serious ground texture issues in this field. Oh my goodness, we've got the vertical tillage tool on the road. Yeah, Permas, it's pretty much a safe bet. If I'm using a nurse trailer, fertilizer trailer of some kind, I'm just going to say Permas Modding and be right 99% of the time. Bank Sinatra, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. Tristan, are there fermenting silos on console? I don't think so, because you have to use a script to convert it from one fill type to another. So I'm guessing that there aren't any, but that's just a guess. I don't know for sure. I haven't paid attention to which mods are available on console as much. Dan, what happened to all this alfalfa that I'm disking under? So I'm on an old version of the map, and so we're trying to get to winter so that I can switch to the new version, because I'm going to need a new save game, and it's just easier to move things over when I don't have to worry about field states. And this field was glitchy, and so when I planted it, the stuff didn't take very well, and so you've got all these patches of unplanted crop. And so we're just going to till this under because it's done so terrible, it's not even worth trying to harvest with, you know, it's 20% of it's actually grown here. And so my understanding is that plowing it under, or plowing the field in general, is going to reset the soil state for me to a point where I can actually plant on this field again. Oh, we got rocks kicking up too. Mo, welcome to the stream. Ryan, good to see ya. We're going to have to get the update to the rock picker back on this save as well. We've got a fair number of rocks we're kicking up here. I've got a new version of that to test out here that Perma's just sent me here in the last day or so. So we're continuing to add some new features and functions and polish that thing up in the background. And my contribution to the project is to test it out on various videos and live streams. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, so I'm glad to have a few more rocks popping up here that I can give this a try here soon and see how it's working. We might have to do that off camera just so I can pass some feedback along. And yeah, Dan, it looks just terrible. That's why I was like, I don't even really want to harvest this. It just looks bad. So we're gonna plow it under. It was a job I wish I would have made the decision to plow it under a couple of streams ago, because we could have planted another crop out here and done something productive with this field, but it seems that I'm doomed to redo work in a bunch of fields this series. We're just gonna say that we had some bad bugs or something out in the field here that are destroying our alfalfa crop. We'll take the hit. Farming's never easy. Am I looking for the seed box tender? Am I looking forward to the seed box tender that is coming out? I'm not sure which oh, the seed box tender. I did see that mod. That'll be a fun one to play with. We never used seed boxes, but I know you see a lot of farmers are using that now. You know, they're buying their seed in bulk. And so you can just load up a seed box right onto the trailer and have the auger, you know, shoot out under it, and then just swap seed boxes out without needing to dump them out into another seed tender. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Ryan, there is a silage pit. It's that big concrete structure you see in the distance up alongside the middle barn there. So you do have the ability to do manual silage in a pit if you want, but most of the people who play this map are probably going to use the harvestor and the staves for the fermenting silos, which is what we're going to do. We're not going to try and put silage in the bunk, mostly because I don't have all the equipment for that. We'd need a bigger tractor with a blade and all that good stuff. Dan, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to buy the seed boxes as well. I think they've got the big bulk seed boxes that are going to be available with that as well. I've already seen somebody else that had those out as a mod, and I know Perma's has actually released a bunch of like bulk liquid containers, like IBC tanks and stuff, that are refillable with the manure system mod, so that's always cool. So we're going to look down at my phone here for just a minute. I got a number of text messages here. I'm making sure everything, I think my wife's just telling me that they're leaving, so I don't come upstairs and see nobody, which is a-okay. And then we're just gonna turn that on. So we're almost done with this field here. Oh, I shouldn't have lifted up quite so fast. Let's take one more headland pass off here and make sure I don't miss this little bit here. And yeah, Dan, I agree. It's going to be cool. It's just another way to do things, right? You know, you've got seed pallets with bags. You've got bulk seed bins. You've got bags already for the more EU style players. And so seeing the bulk seed boxes coming out in Farm Sim along with a seed tender designed to be used with it is going to be a lot of fun. So Samuel Smemby has them on his Patreon. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't tend to follow Patreon mods that much. I've always mentally been, it's a struggle there. The whole modding Patreon stuff, like we've got members on the YouTube channel here, but Patreon's always been one of those things that's hard for me to follow. Driver 1596, hello from the Netherlands. Good to see ya. We've got quite a few people from the Netherlands in the community, actually. It always surprises me which countries are the most common to see pop up in the community. We've got a lot of members from Canada, a lot of members from the Netherlands, in addition to the core, US-based audience. We got this little strip here left to grab. And just like that, I think we've got all of the alfalfa plowed under, so I guess we can be excited about destroying one of our crops this year. Hopefully next year that goes a little bit smoother. Let's run this back up and park it here next to the ripper here. This 6230 is still in my way. There we go. All right, let's park this stuff up in the sheds here. Get some of our miscellaneous equipment cleaned up here. We've got stuff all over the yard today. Argsy brought a good one the other day. Least represented countries, ones that I rarely see. Good question. Like, I think we've got a fair amount of people in the UK audience as well. Like, it's hard to know. Like, there's tons of countries in the world that, I've never seen in one of my streams. But, what's a country that I've definitely seen somebody join the community, but I've only seen, like, maybe one person from that country. I would say South Africa. So we've got one person who hasn't been active lately. He's had a lot going on, but was a fairly active member of the community for a while that was from South Africa. And that was a new one for me. I hadn't seen a lot of people from South Africa in the stream. Let me get the game saved one more time, and we're going to just keep bringing stuff up to the farm here. Get all of our miscellaneous junk that I leave all over the map brought back up here. Christian, appreciate you coming in for the stream. Kids just woke up. I know that feeling. You gotta go deal with the kids. I'm glad to be getting an afternoon off. Usually the weekends is kids time all weekend. So have a good one, sir. Zambia, that's a cool one. Scorpion's Edge, a ton of South Africans in Argsy stream. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think that different play styles and the different maps and stuff appeal to different people for sure. That's been the fun thing with Farm Sim in general, though, is just seeing how diverse the community is. There's so many different play styles out there. There's different YouTubers out there, and I've been fortunate enough to get to spend some time and actually talk to a lot of different YouTubers in the farm sim space, and we're all kind of doing something a little bit different. And there's people that do similar things, right? I would say Farm Sim Guy and I have a similar approach to some of our content, but we still do very different things. And then you've got people like the Squad out there that are just doing all kinds of crazy things, or Pickle. The Formal Pickle, he's doing some crazy stuff in some of his videos, and it's a lot of fun. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Have I ever watched Saskatch Kid? Yeah, so that is a channel that one of my staff members, who's also a dairy farmer in out west, has recommended that I start watching, and so he's on my to-do list. I've watched maybe 2 videos of his, and so I need to watch a few more, but I'm interested in a lot of the Canadian farming channels that are out there and how different farming is in Canada than it is even in the northern Midwest. I'm from Minnesota originally, and I live in Michigan, and farming around these two areas is very different than it is in parts of Canada. And so I'm curious to keep watching some of those. I want to do a new series here before FS19 ends on a big Canadian map with big equipment again. I had a lot of fun on that series that I did on County of 40 Miles. So there's going to be another big Canadian series coming here before the end. We've got 3 months left before Farm Sim 22 comes out. So I'm looking forward to running some big farms again here before the end. That's kind of been my strong suit. You know, I started out on Millennial Farmer, and we've definitely spent a fair amount of time on maps like Flint Hills. So we're gonna get back into some big maps here before the end of Farm Sim 19. I say it like it's dying or going, you know, it's not gonna be around anymore, but at least for our channel, we're gonna be focusing on some of the other focusing on Farm Sim 22 once it comes out. That's the current thought. So I'm realizing now that I parked my truck right in the middle of where I wanted to put the utility tractor. I usually put the utility tractor in here. So we're gonna just pull this up a little bit here out of the way. Boom. Zach, are the Ford Super Duty Limited pickup coming to consoles? Most likely no. This mod is way too detailed to go to console. Northwest Mods and Edits is doing an awesome job with this. He's got the dynamic suspension worked out now, and he's working on dirt and wear layers for this now. But 2 reasons. One is, you know, it's a licensed Ford truck, so it's not going to come to console. And 2, it's just way too detailed. The model, the number of triangles or whatever, you know, used in the model is way too high to ever make it onto console. So no such luck there. Awesome. So we've got a lot of stuff done today. I'm actually going to leave this hooked up here because I think we're going to cut some more alfalfa before I need to use it as a hay tractor again. We got all of our equipment put away here from running around. And if we jump in here real quick and just pop up and take a look at our farm, I mean, we've got all of our crops starting to come in really good here. Our corn's in, our rye is going to be ready to harvest here. In probably next episode, we'll be harvesting rye. Our silage corn is going to be good to go here in a couple more runs. And the rest of our crops are all good to go. We've done all of our spraying, all of our fertilizing, all of our herbicides done. And so we just need to wait for this crops to grow. So these are the narrow row soybeans that we were talking about. And I really wanted to come over here and show these off because we talked about them quite a bit in the previous episodes where we were planting these, wondering how that was going to look. And I really like it. So we've got narrow row soybeans here that look really good. I was impressed with this. Diniz did a good job on putting these into the game. So we're gonna see how these look as they get bigger and we get to harvest them. So that's one of the last things I wanted to show off today. And so we've been going for a little bit over 2 hours here. And so we are going to wrap things up today. Next live stream is going to be on Tuesday. And we're probably going to be harvesting this rye and seeing what other jobs we need to do here on the farm. We'll probably be planting this field that we just tilled up with something. Maybe winter wheat we'll put in and see what happens. But it's been fun. I'm glad I got to come in on a Sunday here and stream for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. If you had, drop that like button. It helps a lot. And yeah, we'll see you all again live on Tuesday for another episode. And yeah, tomorrow, Monday, we'll have an episode of Lincoln Creek out on the channel. So look for that tomorrow. Other than that, it's been a blast. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you next time. That's all for today. Ketterk, out.